Kahalayim Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Wahab Rakah HaKodash. There's a lot of things going on in the world. The economic situation to the RFID. And man, when these things happen, it's gonna be pretty bad. But it's gotta happen. This is Zechariah 13:9, and I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and I will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh is my power. Alright? Why did I say Yahweh when it says Lord all caps? This is why. Alright? It's simple. But let's talk about that fire. Gosh, fire, flame, supernatural fire. Roasting, parching, altered, God's anger. So let's talk about that one. Jacob's trouble. This is 2nd Esdras 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. So why is the Most High's, anger? Why are we going to be tried with his anger? Because we broke all the laws. Now, the elect is just going to be a conditioning. When you get a rooster ready to fight, you condition it to increase its chances of winning. So the same way, Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Ohar Rakar HaKodash is gonna try all of us, man. Cause, man, you gotta earn it. You gotta earn your keep. I don't, if a rooster or a hen is not doing what I wanted to do, me as their God, because I am their God, I'm in charge of them and I'm taking care of them. When they beg for food, I give it to them, right? So if they're not doing what they're supposed to, then they get culled. And what culled is to put it in these worldly terms, is a humane way of killing something. So I culled this rooster because he ran when it was time to spar, and or it was breaking eggs or whatever, man. Because if it hurts the money, the pocket, it's not worth it. So if you're calling yourself a man of the Lord and he tests you in such a way where you're gonna find out what kind of man you are. And what I mean is, will you take it upon yourself, or will you pray? That's the test, man. See, first you pray, and then you gotta do what you gotta do. You pray before you eat, because this food is it's not good. You pray before you plant, because the earth is defiled. And even if it wasn't, you pray anyways, so you can get blessed with something good. Every time I plant corn or some food or radishes, some good, cucumbers, man, I love cucumbers. Every time I plant a cucumber seed, I pray, man, I want that plant to grow and give me a bunch of cucumbers, man. I love them. So the third part is going to be brought through the fire, and that's the elect. The remaining 2/3 is just going to die. So what's going to happen? Let's take a look at it. There's, trade wars, and what the trade war is when you give somebody let's say the United States has been tariffing aluminum imports, not exports, because we don't make shit and we don't export nothing. So they buy fucking aluminum, but you're gonna get taxed for selling it to them. Ain't that a bitch, huh? That's like out here in the street. You start slinging dope, and then instead of taking your ass to jail, Esau comes up and says, you know what? You're gonna give me 20% weekly. That's a tariff. And that's what the United States is doing, which is gonna bring fire over here. But so what I'm trying to say is bad things are gonna happen. And sometimes you don't have a chance to think about it. So if you're not constantly praying, then you're gonna fail this one, man. Because what are you gonna do? I mean, it's not funny, but this person at work, she keeps having miscarriages, and then she sent an email asking for prayers, and I'm like, what the fuck? You don't get it. The Lord's taking those children away from you because He doesn't want you to have any fucking children. So why the hell would I go against His will? Motherfuckers. Anyway, back to the topic. So the names. Let's get this one first. Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. So, man, you might even have to see your children get fucking killed, your women raped. Your hands get cut off. I mean, just imagine what the Lord went through. I mean, and He said that the master is, or the disciple isn't greater than the master. What makes you think that you ain't gonna catch hell? All right. So, affliction. Let's look at that. Oh man. So this eliminates people who got money, who ain't suffering. All right. Let's see. Baya. No, wait, that's an Anya. These fucking transliterations, man. The little fucking. They're just put there to confuse people, but that's not what it says. The first letter is I, so what's the O doing? And the second one is a Na, so they got that one right. And then the last one is a Ya, so they have an extra O. And a couple of letters mixed up. All right, but let's get back to it. Affliction, poverty, misery. I am not a happy camper. You're not supposed to be. You're not supposed to be fucking happy. Oh, I got a good job. I'm finally doing this, finally doing that. Those are stumbling blocks. Man. I mean, this job is good, and I asked for it. I prayed for it. But I'm used to working in the fields or in packing houses. This job is a test. Yeah, I get paid good, but oh shit. Sometimes I get the feeling that it's just trying to drag me into the system. I ain't trying to have that. So, affliction. What could be affliction? You go to work, the boss is jumping down your throat, chewing your ass out, in front of everybody. What's your poverty? You know your goddamn poverty. Yeah, you work, but I don't got no fucking money in my pockets. I don't like to drink. I mean, I don't like to do much, man. If this country's so backwards, I wish I could go to Mexico just to fucking fight roosters, but those motherfuckers wilding out too. Alright, and the misery. Women ain't misery. Women are misery. But the women of Israel, they're not in misery. They got it good. This society was meant for them. So getting back to the names. Alright, this is a good one. Alright. Proverbs 30:4. And the way you say Proverbs in Hebrew is mashal. I forgot what 30 is. Shalash. Rabbi. Nah, yeah. I need to study more Hebrew. But this is Proverbs 30:4. Who hath ascended up into heaven, or descended? I'm gonna stop right there. Who hath ascended up into heaven, and who hath descended, or descended? Jacob's ladder and an axe, because who hath ascended up into heaven, or descended? Who hath gathered the wind in his fist? Who hath bound the waters in a garment? Who hath established all the ends of the earth? What is his name, and what is his son's name, if thou can tell? Because when we call him that name, it ain't no goddamn God or sweet Jesus. Let me show you what I mean. Alright. Because who gathers the wind in their fist? That's power, bro. That's fucking power. Wind can destroy shit. Nuclear wind can destroy shit. Wind. When these scientists, man, let's say they're talking about wind, and then they classify winds into sections. There's the strongest wind, which is called gale force winds, and then there's just a breeze, right? Well, Most High has the fucking gale force winds to the billionth, all right? In his hands, he has black holes, right? Super, and I'm not even lying. He could destroy the universe, the whole universe. He made it. He told his son, "Hey, make this." And nothing makes a father feel better than when his son does what he says, or his daughter, even his wife. So that's why I'm in misery. That's why I'm in poverty. That's why I'm asleep. Because ain't nobody do what I goddamn say. This ain't my rest. Right. Because if it was, it wouldn't be like that. And I hope I hope I get some of this power, man. Because I got some revenge on my mind. But you shall receive power after that, the Holy Spirit. Man, it says ghost, but Pneuma is wind. And we know that there ain't no third person of the triune. So that's going off. And you gotta know when things are not making sense. Right? So that's just doesn't make no fucking sense. It's come upon you, and ye shall be witness. Martos, a witness in a legal sense, an historical sense, one who is a spectator of anything. Okay, so if it's talking about the elect, wait, I said that. I gave the answer. Who was there as a witness when creation happened? Yahushua is a witness to Yahweh, and the elect is a witness to Yahushai, or you know, you can even call the elect Elohim. Because if the elect were made by Yahushua, then they were spectating everything, and they were part of it, and that's legal. All right, both in Jerusalem and in all Judea and in Samaria and unto the uttermost part of the earth, because we were scattered all around. And when he had spoken these things while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. That's called ascending. Okay? That's called ascending. Who hath ascended up? To go up, ascend, climb. And when he had spoken these things, that's Yahushua, when they beheld, he was taken up, ascended. Who hath ascended and who hath descended? And a cloud, so he's in the Old Testament, receives him out of their sight. Now the cloud, what's a cloud to the wind? What's a cloud to the wind? Bam. So if the wind is the Holy Spirit, and the cloud travels with the Holy Spirit, a cloud used of the cloud which led the Israelites in the wilderness. Now, can you go outside and see a stratus forming, and it will lead you to somewhere, or a cumulus? And you know what? Those fucking clouds don't even exist anymore. They got fucking different fucking clouds. So this is obviously not a cloud. A large, dense multitude, a throng, used to denote a great, shapeless collection of vapor. Because, damn, those chariots are almost like vapor. They can go anywhere. They can do anything. In vapor, you can't even see vapor. Cloud in the sky, because you don't notice a cloud in the sky. It's just something there that's supposed to be there. So what if they said that it was a chariot? Would you believe it? And while they looked steadfastly toward heaven as he went up, ascend, behold, two men, two angels, stood by them in white apparel, which also said, Ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? So let's just look at that question right there, because people say, you're talking too rude, or you're cussing, or this, that, and the other. Let's break that sentence down. Why stand ye gazing up? Let's put it in Ebonics term. What the fuck are you standing there looking at? You ever heard of that at work? If you're just standing there on your phone and somebody else is busting their ass, they ain't gonna be like, hey, why stand ye there? Why stand ye gazing at your phone? They're gonna say, get the fuck off your phone and get back to work. This same Yahushai, which is taken up from you into heaven, ascended into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven. So that's who ascended and descended. And what's his name? Yahushai is his name, and Yahweh is his father's name. That's how you're going to get saved. Alright. This is Genesis 28 and 10. And Jacob went out from Beersheba and went toward Haran. And he lighted upon a certain place and tarried there all night, because the sun was set. And he took of the stones. Let me just make sure it says stones. Large, small, common stone, stone. Alright. There's this book. I forget what it's fucking called. Anu Mbantu wrote it, and some dude named Gert Miller. And he made a steady point. Why did Jacob get a rock for a pillow? It's not because he had a fucking strong neck or a strong head. It's because he had a fucking fro. Because he was because he was a Negro. What the fuck's that book called, man? I have it on my desk. God dang it. Black Hebrews and Black Arabs or some shit like that. Anyway, it's a good book. Because the sun was set, and he took of the stones of that place and put them for his pillows, and lay down in that place to sleep. And he dreamt, and behold, a ladder set up on the earth. So what do you do on that ladder? Sometimes I have to use the ladder to ascend onto the roof, or ascend to the ceiling, or descend from the roof to the ground. Set up on the earth, on the top of it reached to heaven, where the clouds are, right? And behold, angels of the Most High, angels of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, ascending and descending on it. Because if you don't believe that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is traveling in those UFOs, you need to get saved, because that's what the clouds are. And if you're calling on sweet Jesus, you might as well be fucking listening to Iron Maiden and worshiping the devil. Anyways, I hope this was edifying. Shalom.